احنا بالنسبة للشيتس ديت احنا في page 1 ابتدينا بنعمل ريفيجن. ما ينفعش تاخد وما ترجعش زي الناس لما بتيجي تحفظ مثلا، لا المثل الاعلى يعني القرآن الكريم. لو قعد يحفظ وما رجعش هينسى القرآن. ما ينفعش، لازم يبقى فيه ورد مراجعة، لازم في جزء للمراجعة. اوكي طيب. فاحنا خدنا ما شاء الله في 3 ويكس كلمات كتير وحاجات. فبيقول لي تعالى نعيش مع بعض كده نعمل ريفيجن. read and complete. استاذ محمد خلف اتفضل. read مستر علي زكي.
Mr. Ali Zaki is married to Mona. They have a son called Tamir and a daughter called Sally. Mr. Ali has got a brother called Hani and a sister called Tahan.
Okay, now this passage is about a person who is called Ali Zaki. Okay, what do we call Ali and what do we call Zaki? Huh? In English, Salah. Salah. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Muhammad. You have read. Thank you, Salah.
Mr.
What about
Hello? Mr.
what about the term that we use for Ali, and what about the term we use for Zaki? About the names, huh? Ali Zaki. This is the full name. What about Ali itself?
Ali first name?
First name, yes. And what about Zaki?
Zaki surname.
Surname or?
Family name?
Family name or?
Father's name type?
Last name.
Last name.
Last name. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ali Zaki is married to. Okay, circle these words, please. Circle these words. These words must be in your agenda. Okay, we have told you to have an agenda, to write down the important words we come across. Okay, this word or these words are from these important words. You must keep them in mind. Married to. Mr. Ali Zaki is married to Mona. Mona, what about they? Okay, what does it refer to?
It refers to Mr. Zaki and his wife Mona.
Yes, thank you. They have a son called Tamir. Cold. What about the other cold? Nora. We have got cold and cold. What's the difference between cold and cold? Can you tell us?
Cold يدعى.
Which one?
Cold ثانية. Cold.
Which cold? Spell it.
CALLED.
Yeah.
دي يدعى.
It means named. Okay, his name is so and so. Thank you. What about the other cold?
Cold ثانية.
Yeah.
يتصل. Cool. The best symbol of cool.
I see. But I pronounce it differently. This is a different word. Cold, not cold.
Yeah.
It's a different word. Can you guess it? Cold. Cold. What about the weather in winter? Is it hot or cold?
Cold. Yeah.
Cold. Huh.
Cold.
Can you spell it?
Yeah.
C.
COAT.
COLD. 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 The opposite of hot. Okay, thank you. Please pay attention that we pronounce it cold, not cold. Okay, cold. Like boat, like go. And this one is pronounced cold, not cold. Okay. They have a son called Tamir and a daughter called Sally. Mr. Ali has got a brother called Hani and sister called Tahani. Welcome back, Khadija. Okay, now we have got a family tree. Mr. Ali's family tree. Family tree. Circle these words, please. Circle these words. Family tree. Now, we have got a figure here, or a diagram, that we need to complete. Who can complete? Mrs. Mutia, can you?
أيوة. When Hani is Tamir's uncle.
No, I'm not talking about the figure itself.
Really, the first question, I haven't the text.
You don't have the text? Why?
No, because I copy it and put it in another note. So I don't have this.
So you don't
only
have the diagram itself?
Only this one.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's try Khadija. Khadija, can you see the diagram?
Yes.
The family tree? Can you complete? What can we call Mr. Zaki in the family tree?
Mr. Zaki?
Yes?
He is grandfather.
Grandfather, yes. And what about Mrs. Zaki?
And Mrs. Zaki is the grandmother.
Grandmother, thank you. Okay. Now, let's ask Muhammad Khalif, please. What about Mona? What's the relationship between Mona and Mr. Ali? What can we write under her name?
She's his wife.
So we can write wife under the name Mona. Thank you, Muhammad. Okay. What about Hani? You, Muhammad. Complete.
Tahani is
Hani,
her,
not Tahani.
is
Not Tahani. Hani.
Hani. Hani is
their names are similar. They got
his brother.
You got confused. Okay.
His brother.
Brother. Okay. And what about Tahani?
Tahani is his sister.
His sister. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Muhammad. Salah, what's the relationship between Hani and Sally? Hani and Sally.
Hani is Sally's uncle.
Uncle. Repeat after me, please. Uncle, not uncle. 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 Dark L. Dark
Yes,
L.
yes,
Uncle.
dark L.
Repeat after me, please. Uncle.
Uncle.
Uncle. Thank you. What about Tahani? What's the relationship between her and Sally?
She's her aunt.
Aunt. Thank you. Okay. What about the other way around? Okay. Sally. What about the relationship between Sally and Hani?
She's his niece.
Niece. Can you spell niece?
Niece.
Excellent. Okay. What about Tamir? What's the relationship between him and Tahani?
Tamir is Tahani's nephew.
Nephew. Can you spell nephew?
Nephew.
Oh, W. Thank you. An excellent student. Thank you, Salah. Okay. Now, let me ask Mona, what about the other pronunciation of nephew? Nephew can be pronounced in two ways. The first one is nephew. What about the other one?
No, I don't know. The only pronunciation I know is nephew. Nephew. Yes.
Nephew and nephew are correct. Like often. Both are correct. You are a teacher, Mona. Okay. Now, I think we have covered the questions below. Okay, you can write HW beside them. The questions from 1 to 10. Turn over. Page 2. I need someone to read and answer each question. Okay. Now, Noura, number 1.
Number 1, do as shown in brackets. Number 1, she watches TV every day. Change it into negative. She doesn't watch TV every
She
day.
doesn't watch. What about she doesn't watches? Is it correct?
No.
Okay, thank you.
We
don't say that. It's wrong. Thank you. Number 2, thank you. Muti'a?
Yeah.
Mrs. Muti'a. You have got page 2 or not?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Number 2, they?
Okay, 2. They usually go out on a Friday.
On Fridays.
I think it's correct.
On Fridays, please. On Fridays.
Yeah, on Fridays. I think it's right.
Correct the verb. It's in the infinitive, not in the present simple. Okay? And you have to correct it.
They usually go.
Go. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they the same? Yes. In spelling, in pronunciation, they are the same. But in grammatical terms, they are different. Go between brackets or parentheses is the infinitive form of go, and the one you said, they usually go, is the present form. The present form. They are the same, okay, in spelling and pronunciation, but they are different. Okay, thank you. Number 3, محمد خلف. أستاذ محمد تفضل. She gets
up at 7 a.m. every morning.
Okay, can you remind us of the rule? Why at?
أصدق takes at. Time.
Pardon?
Time takes at.
When I tell someone about the time, okay, it's preceded by at. In Arabic, can you remind us of the trick we made?
لما اتكلم عن الساعة حط قدامها حرف الجر at.
The trick, Muhammad. The trick. Mr. Ashraf told you about a trick here. Mr. Ashraf's tips and tricks. Do you remember? الساعات.
الساعات تاخد at.
Yes. الساعات تاخد at. Okay. Number 4. Khadija, the driver.
The driver had an accident yesterday.
Okay, thank you. What about has? Is it wrong? And why?
Which one?
What about has? You said had.
Had.
Oh, you said had.
Yeah,
you chose had. What about the other one? Okay, has. Why is it wrong? Can you tell me? Okay, you chose the driver, okay? Had the past, okay? What about the other one? Is it correct or wrong?
No.
Or what and why?
Because has indicates present, and yesterday is one of the keywords of past.
The past simple. We have got yesterday, okay? Let me remind you of the rule. When you come to cross a road, okay? You have to look right and left, okay? And carefully choose the right moment to cross the road, okay? Because it's dangerous, okay? So we have got yesterday. Yesterday tells us that no, this has is wrong. Okay, it's not past. We have to choose had. The past of has. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Khadija. Number 5. Fawziya, have you got page 2, please? Basma, can you hear me? Okay, page 2, number 5. I am. Read, please, and answer. Have you got the sheets? Basma,
Yes, yes.
have you got the sheets?
Yes, yes.
Okay, page 2, number 5. I am Ashraf.
Five. I am Ashraf عامر. My surname is عامر.
Surname is Amir. Or?
Last name.
Last name or?
Family name.
Excellent. Thank you, Basma. Okay. Thank you, Basma. Comprehension passage. Who can read? Who can read? Mrs. Mutia. Can you read, please?
Mr. Yasser's family went to the zoo yesterday. They drove to the zoo and arrived there at 9 a.m. The children enjoyed watching animals and birds in their cages.
And birds.
And birds in their cages. At 1 p.m., the family had their lunch. They enjoyed their visit. They left the zoo at 4 p.m.
Okay, what about enjoyed?
Enjoyed.
We add D, okay?
Yeah.
Not enjoyed, not enjoyed, but enjoyed. Enjoy. Okay?
Enjoyed.
Thank you. Okay. They left the zoo at 4 p.m. Okay. Let's discuss some words here. Mr. Yasser's family went to the zoo yesterday. Went. What's the present of went? Fawziya. Mona?
Yes, I'm with you. What went? It's a regular verb.
Went.
What about what's the question?
The present.
The present of it. Go.
Go.
Yes.
Okay. What about drove?
Drove. Drive.
Drive. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mona. They drove to the zoo. They drove to the zoo. Let me ask you. They drove to the zoo. What does it mean? They drove to the zoo. Who can tell me? Who can tell me? Yes, Mrs. Mutia.
He go to the zoo by car by car.
They went to the zoo by car. They drove means they went by car. Okay. طيب. What about a person who goes to work by bike? How can I say it in English? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? Noura. هي نورة برا؟ Noura. Okay, I'll add you again. Yeah. It's a misery. Connection tragedy. Noura.
Cycle demonstration.
Noura.
نعم.
Now, the text reads, they drove to the zoo. Okay? And we said that they drove means they went by car. What about going by bicycle? When I go to school by bicycle, how can I say it in English? Can you paraphrase it? Can you rewrite it? You say it in another way. Can you? I go to school by bike or by bicycle.
I cycled.
I cycled to school. In the past I cycled. Excellent. Okay? Now, let me ask someone else. Thank you, Noura. What about going to Mecca? I went to Mecca by plane. Can you rewrite it? Can you rewrite this sentence, Muhammad Khalaf?
I went to Hajj.
Okay, excellent. But what about the means? The means of transportation that I used to go to Mecca? It's a plane, okay?
Plane.
How can you say it? Can I say I cycled to Mecca, I drove to Mecca, or something else?
I fly.
I fly to Mecca. What's the past of fly? Is it flied or something else?
Fly.
Flight?
Flight.
Are you sure?
لا sorry flow.
Huh? Flew. F L E W. F L E W. Okay. What about this? Flown. What's a flown?
There's the verb.
The past participle. Okay. Fly, flew, flown. Fly, flew, flown. Like grow. Plants grow. My son grows. Okay. Grow. What's the past of grow? Grow.
Grown.
Grow. The same. Grew with E. Okay. What about the past participle? Grew.
Grown.
Huh? Grown. Okay. What about blow? Blow. You blow a balloon.
It's the same.
Huh? Blow. Blew. Blown.
Blown.
These are like families, you know. Regular verbs are like families. Okay. In the past, when I was a student, okay, I used to memorize the irregular verbs in categories, in families like these. Okay. That helped me a lot in memorizing them. Okay. Now, what about going to school on foot? Who can rewrite the sentence? I go to school on foot. I go to school on foot.
I walked.
I
I walk to school. In the past, I walked. Okay, so we can walk means to go on foot. Okay, we can cycle to go by bicycle. We can drive, go by car. We can fly means go by plane. They drove to the zoo and arrived there. Arrived. What does it mean? Arrived. What does it mean in Arabic?
وصل.
وصلوا. They arrived there. There. What does it refer to? Noura. Arrived there. What does it refer to? There. Which place?
The zoo.
The zoo. Okay. Instead of repeating arrived at the zoo, I said arrived there at 9. Thank you, Noura. At 9 a.m. The children enjoyed watching animals and birds in their cages. Cages. These are the places where animals and birds are kept. Okay. It's dangerous. Okay, and it's silly to keep animals out of cages. They have to be there. Okay. What does it mean, cages? Fawziyya. Fawziyya, do you hear me? Are you following? فوزية متابعاني سامعاني يا فوزية؟ I think she can't hear me. Mona, what does it mean, cages? In Arabic.
In Arabic قفص أو قفص.
Cages, not cage. Huh? أقفاص. When I ask you about the plural, okay, tell me the plural please. Okay. Cages, أقفاص. Okay. Some people keep pet birds. Pet you know, pet birds, and they keep them in cages. You go to the balcony and see a cage. Inside that cage you can find a bird or two birds. Okay, nice birds. They are called pet birds. Pet, like a pet cat. Domestic cat, a cat that you keep at home. Pet birds. Do you have a pet at home? Let me ask you. Who of you? Okay, who has a pet at home? I don't keep any pets, by the way. Do you keep any pets at home? Who? Who of you does so? Do you keep a cat, a dog, a bird?
We have a lot of cats, mister, but we chase them all the day.
They are yours?
No, from the street, we chase them all the day.
Okay, you show kindness to them, okay, but they are not yours.
Yes.
They are not pet cats, okay? No. Vulgar, شوارعيين. Yes, I have a lot of cats. Nora, you have got a lot of cats? They are yours, yeah. Nora?
Yeah.
Do you feed them? Yourself?
Yeah.
Do you feed them or eat them?
I feed them.
Oh, some people get confused when he has got a cat, a pet cat, or something similar. Okay, and he wants to express to me that he feeds the cat. Okay, the first verb that comes to into his mind or her mind is eat. No, it's feed. What about feed? What's the past of feed? Feed, fed. Feed, fed, fed. Okay, I fed the cat. I fed the animal. I fed the baby. What about I'm fed up? What about this idiom? I'm fed up, or expression. Mrs. Muti'a, what about this? I'm fed up with Fulan, with Mr. So-and-so.
I get annoyed of him, and
Mona,
I fed up.
Thank you, Mrs. Muti'a. Mona, don't answer without asking, without being asked to do so, please. Okay, it's a kind of cheating. Okay, so let me ask you: do you enjoy the lesson with English? Type Y if yes. Type N if no. Do you enjoy the course with Mr. Ashraf in English? No compliments, please. No compliments. Tell me what's on your mind. Okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, they drove to the zoo and arrived there. Let's start from the beginning because I think we have missed the meaning of the entire passage. Mr. Yasser's family went to the zoo yesterday. They drove to the zoo and arrived there at 9 a.m. The children enjoyed watching animals and birds in their cages. At 1 p.m., the family had their lunch. They enjoyed their visit. They left the zoo at 4 p.m. Okay, now let me ask some person of you to read the question, okay, and answer it. Khadija, number 1. Khadija, number 1.
Yes. When did the family go to the zoo? The family went to the zoo yesterday.
Yesterday, thank you. Thank you. Noura, number 2. How?
How did they go there? They went there by car.
By car. How did you know?
I knew from the word drove.
The word drove, thank you. Number 3, Fawziya, if you can hear us. Or Basma. Basma? Number 3.
What did the children watch there? They watched animals and the birds.
And birds. In what? In cages. Thank you, Basma. Number 4, Muti'a, Mrs. Muti'a.
What time did they have their lunch? They had lunch at 1 p.m.
Okay, let me ask you, Mrs. Mutia, what's
Yeah.
the difference between number 1 and number 4?
Yeah.
The question word when and what time. What's
Yeah.
the difference between them?
What time we have to mention the correct time. We use when where to the answer must be the time correctly, 7 or 8 or 9.
Can we say that when is more flexible? When is
I
more
think so.
flexible?
I think so.
You know flexible,
Yeah.
guys, flexible. Okay, Marin is more flexible. We can answer when. Okay, say I did that in the morning, I did that in the
Yeah.
evening. Okay, I did that at 7 o'clock. Okay, but when it comes to what time, you have no choice. You must
Yeah.
answer with the time. When I ask you what time did you go there, okay, you can't answer by telling me that you went there in the morning. No, I said what time. Okay, you tell me the time, the exact time. So this is the difference. Thank you, Mrs. Mutia. Number 5, Mrs. Mutia is one of the best students I have ever met.
Thank you.
Number 5.
How
Number
long
5.
did
Thank
they
you, thank you, thank
Oh.
you. Number 4. Okay, this is number 5. Okay, Mona. How long?
How long did they stay there? They stayed there about 7 hours.
For 7 hours. Okay. This question, the examiner asks me about the duration, the period of time which they spent there. Okay. How long? Okay. Can I use how long in a different context, Mona? With a different meaning. Here it asks me about, I use it for asking about the duration, the period. How long? How long have you been studying English, for example? How long have you been waiting for me? And I have been waiting for you 90 minutes. Okay? You are too late. You are very, very late. Okay? What about another context, a different context, and a different meaning of how long? Can you tell us?
No, I can't.
Let me ask you in other words. Here, can we use how long for asking about anything other than the time? Can we? Can we?
No, I
Let me ask Muhammad Khalif. Thank you, Mona. So Muhammad, can we use it for asking about something else other than time?
Yes, I can ask how long is the rope?
How long is the rope? Okay, this way we use it for asking about the length of something. The length. Okay, the noun of long comes from the word long, length, the length of something. There is a rope, there is a wire, okay, and I ask about the length of it. Okay, what about its length? How long is it? Thank you. Turn over. Page 3. Mini dialogue. What's the difference between dialogue and mini dialogue? Bus and microbus. Who can tell me? Basma.
Dialogue is small, the dialogue is big, large.
Pardon?
Dialogue is a small dialogue.
A small dialogue. Okay, you mean that we add mini, the prefix mini, okay, to say that this thing is small. Okay, so a bus is big, What about minibus? It's a smaller, so we can say minibus, not minibus. Drive me crazy when they say الباص جه. مش هتنزل عشان تركب الباص. Bus with a very long ba. Why? It's bus. Bus. Minibus. Okay, bus and minibus. Okay, dialogue and mini dialogue. Mini dialogue means just 2 lines. Okay, someone asks about you something or tells you something and you say something in response. Okay, so thank you, Basma. Number 1, Khalid and Hassan. Noura, read and answer, please. Number 1, Khalid.
Khalid, where do you live? Hassan, I live in Asyut.
I live in Asyut. Thank you. Number 2, Khadija, Mohsen and Shakir.
Yes.
Read and answer. Khadija, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you now.
Number 2, Mohsen and Shakir, huh?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mohsin, how often do you go to the library? Shakir, I go to the library once a week.
Once a week. Thank you. What about 2 times? How can I say it?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. What about the pronunciation library? Khadija.
It's wrong.
Library. Okay. A lot of people and some teachers, between inverted commas, they are not teachers. They are not genuine teachers. They are not real teachers. Okay? They are intruders. They are not with a big N-O-T. Okay? Not small N capital O capital T capital. They are not teachers. They pronounce it library. Library. ألا سفهت. Okay? Number 3. Yes, ضد الفواسي. بسمة. Number 3. Ashraf and Meher.
What's Ashraf? What's your first name? Meher. My first name is Meher.
Pardon? What's your first name? What's the answer?
Meher. My first name is Meher.
Is Meher. Not you. He's not asking you. He's asking Meher. Yes, Meher. The answer is Meher. Thank you. Thank you. Number 4, Mrs. Mutia. Hosni and Bahir.
Yeah. What's your address? Bahir, 43 Makram Ubaid Street, Nasr City.
Okay. In colloquial Arabic, we say it Makram Ubaid. Okay?
Yeah.
When you go to Nasr City, don't tell people Makram Ubaid. Okay?
Yeah.
They will recognize you as a foreigner. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Syria. Okay, okay. It's Makram Ubaid, not Makram Ubaid. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you an Arab? Yes, an Arab. Egyptians are Arabs. Okay. Some people get confused about Arab and Arabic. Okay. You say an Arabic person. No, an Arab person. Okay. You are an Arabic. English Arabic translator. You are an Arabic. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because we can see someone who is American who can translate into Arabic or from Arabic. He is an Arabic translator. Okay, but he's not an Arab. He is not an Arab. He is not from a country from the Arab world. Okay. Some people get confused between this and this in this respect, Arab and Arabic.